This episode is going to be focused on cardio, all right? Everybody loves cardio, especially since we're focused on power-oriented athletes. I know you guys are like, why do I need cardio? I just want to lift. I just want to sprint. I just want to jump, you know? But we're going to focus on cardio today, low-intensity cardio today. I think a big thing nowadays with, strength athletes, power athletes is to get that conditioning in, with high intensity kind of conditioning, right? So you see people, sprints is probably the main one you think of, sprinting, sprint intervals for practice, or Dynamics wall balls, right? Wall balls, ropes, any kind of agility, explosive, where you're kind of getting that conditioning for your sport, that's sport specific, but you're also conditioning your anaerobic system. So you're getting that threshold up, so you're able to last longer in your matches and your games, at your meets, what have you. So power-oriented athletes tend to stray away from, the long 45-minute slow runs, right, or the biking that you'll see people that are, maybe a soccer player would train that way. You would think that's okay, or a marathon runner. You may think that's okay for them to do the long intensity, steady state, long duration cardio. But for you may think that's not gonna help me in my sport. In fact, that's gonna make me slower. That's gonna make me slower in my sport, because I'm training that aerobic energy system. I'm training to be slower. I'm training slow twitch fibers. So these are things that you guys have all heard. But I just want you guys to understand that that's not the case, right? When you're conditioning your body, like specifically in off-season, pre-season, you're conditioning to prep yourself for competition, right? So when you're training for conditioning, you can do different types of conditioning. You can do the slow, steady state sometimes. You can do the high intensity, the anaerobic, the fast stuff sometimes. You can do your ATP, PCR, quick burst, 3RM squats. You can do all those things like in your training and specifically in your conditioning. You can do aerobic and anaerobic without feeling like you're going to get slower, because at the end of the day, if you're using that energy system, right, if you're using it, even if it's not every day, you could pick which days are going to be your fast days, or the other days which are going to be your more aerobic days. As long as you're doing them in a periodized fashion, right, in a planned, programmed way, and you know your plan, and you know what days you're going to focus on a specific training variable, you're not going to lose it, because you're still getting it in at least every once in a while to make sure you're not, decreasing at efficiency at that energy system. Okay, so you're not gonna get slower from doing it at a decent kind of range, right? You're not gonna get slower if you do it once a week or twice a week. Yeah, once a week. If you do that slow, steady state stuff once a week as a football player, right? I'm not saying that you have to go doing this every day, these long runs, because if you do that, you are gonna burn out, and you are going to get slower and start losing muscle, because that training that at that level is more focused for long distance runners or long distance swimmers, right? So the more you train a specific training variable, the more you're focused on that for your sport. So like, you're going to want to train those high intensity, faster systems if you are a strength or power athlete, but you can still every once in a while train those aerobic systems to kind of maintain a decent aerobic base, because you need that for recovery. You need that for heart health. Okay, so just because you're not a skinny runner doesn't mean that your heart doesn't need to be healthy. Matter of fact, the better your heart is at pumping out blood, the better that you're able to get a lot of volume in the heart, right? So you're more efficient at your heart if you train aerobically, because you're able to expand that ventricle wall, right, and get more blood in it, because you're training it to for that heart to be kind of bigger, right? To have more space in it for you to pull in blood, which reduces the amount of times that your heart has to beat. It reduces the rate at which your heart has to beat to pump out blood. So if you're more efficient at, if you have a more efficient heart and are able to really be smooth with that contraction of the heart, and you're from training aerobically, from training low intensity, you're going to be better at recovery. You're going to be better at, not feeling that lactic pain in between sets when you're doing your hard sport-specific conditioning, right? You're going to be more efficient at flushing out those metabolites that cause you to cramp up and that cause you to kind of lock up. Okay, so training aerobically and training low intensity actually helps with that. So understand that it's not just one-dimensional. It's not just, I gotta train high intensity all the time. All those energy systems that you have in our body that we all have, fast twitch, low twitch, I don't care, we all have it. We have to target all of them. We can't just neglect one because everything works together, right? The body is a system. The body is a system, so everything works together. And if you cut out one thing that you don't think is important, it's gonna affect the whole system. So train your heart, train for recovery, train to be a better athlete, right? A better overall athlete, to be a well-conditioned, overall, complete athlete. That's really important, you guys. So understand that, and don't let anybody tell you that you're gonna, what do they say? You're gonna lose all your gains if you start like running all the time, and don't believe that unless you're actually doing it all the time and not lifting and not doing anything to train the other systems. Okay, so that's all. Like, just there's different perspectives. So just kind of think before you start listening to the kind of the thought process of that's wrong. Don't train like that. That's a bad way to train. Or don't train that way. Or don't train this way. You got to take a step back and understand that there's a reason for everything that's out there. Okay, so cardio is not the devil. I promise you. All right. Before we end this video, some ideas for cardio that aren't, running, because I know a lot of people don't like running and it's just they're not good at it. That's fine. You can always swim, right? You can get on the stadium stairs, especially if you're at a school or something. Get on your stadium stairs and march up and down the stairs for a while. Just march up and down. Put a weight vest on if you want to, whatever. But to get the more low intensity, don't put a weight vest on and just up and down the stairs, up and down. All right? Or the Stairmaster, up and down. All right? Get your sweat on. The row machine. Row. Just row it out. Okay? Get deep in that motion, right? Don't just use your arms. Get deep in that motion all the way down, all the way back, all the way down, all the way back so you can really feel it. Do that for a while as well. And if you guys have any other ones that you can think of, put them below, comment below, help your brothers out, help your sisters out, right? Biking is one that we got to remember. How can I forget biking? The spin bike, biking outside, excellent. So definitely do all those things, every once in a while, just to keep your cardio at a relatively decent level. Okay, it's important. So that's all I have for you guys today. Thanks again for joining me for another episode here. It's a pleasure having you guys. Every Monday, tune in for the videos. All right, we talk about different topics every Monday. Tune in, hang out with us for a little bit, share with your friends, share with your family. We want to all stay educated in this fitness game and be healthy and functional. So share this. If you learn something, share it with your people, okay? Definitely follow me on my other social media platforms. We got Facebook, we got Instagram, we got Twitter. Follow me there. I try to post different things on different platforms every once in a while. So you may get different information if you sign up to one of those, all right? Or if you follow me on one of those. So check that out as well. But until next time, it's been great, you guys. Be well. TV out.